And I just want to say thank you so much to you, the people of Nigeria.
Admit, I have to be honest. As a young South African young man.
Hi everyone, my name is Chidinma Adetshina and I am Miss Universe Nigeria, Miss Universe First Runner-Up and Miss Universe Africa and Oceania.
Period.
Who knew that South Africans were like this? Hey! Who knew that there are South Africans like this? I have videos of South Africans. There's another guy who is not South African, but this guy is not South African. He's a Zimbabwe guy, but he seems to know a lot about South Africa and he stands for the truth. He has always stood for the truth. I have their video, South African, Zimbabwe. Let's go and listen. But there's one more guy you guys need to listen to because that one spilled fact. You need to watch to the end so you can get all of it. South Africans, let's go.
Mama Life Coach just couldn't wait to share my excitement with you guys for Chichi. Chichi, you've done it! And I just want to say thank you so much to you, the people of Nigeria, for taking this child in, for embracing her, for loving her, for being a comfort for her, and for being that mother Africa that we should all be as Africans. You know what? A lot of things have gone on with this child, but I'm so grateful that Nigerian people were so kind and loving towards her. You got her there, and also some South Africans and some of the Africans throughout Africa also got her there with their kindness, with their vote, and with their prayers. Those prayers, they went to heaven, and those prayers have been received by God, and those prayers are made manifest now because of you. It reminds me of a lesson, and this is a lesson for all of us. In life, we need those people that believe in us, to stand with us and to stand by us. And so God sends those people to you when things seem like, they are not working out and everyone is just spitting you out and you're being downtrodden. Remember that God always sends people to your way to uplift you and to help you. So well done, Chichi. You made history. And also well done, Nigeria, because you've shown that staying together and standing together, you can be able to produce such a beautiful and remarkable thing for Chichi. And well done to everyone that stood by her, even those of you that are in South Africa and throughout Africa. This is just the start of what unity can do to Africa. So congratulations everyone. For me, I'm just ecstatic and love and light to all of you.
Congratulations to Chidinma and Nigeria. Don't let the haters get you down. She was number 2 out of 130 countries. She's Miss Universe Africa. So she was deemed the finest hun in the entire African continent. She's also Miss Oceania. I don't know the pronunciation, but you know what I'm saying. Because just think about it, if you're in Chidinma's shoes, she nearly never even competed completely. But now, she went from not competing at all to being number 2 in the entire world. Being number 1 in the entire Africa continent. Come on, man. That's epic. And I know some of you are saying, oh, I thought you said the next time you're going to do a video, you're going to be in Zimbabwe. Yeah, but I just had to come and congratulate my sister, my fellow African sister, because, I had a lot of Nigerians coming into my DM saying, hey, bro, you're not going to congratulate us. Then I was like, you know what, let me just come and congratulate you guys, because it was a great thing what you guys did. You unified, you united for one particular cause in getting behind Chidinma. I know it wasn't easy for you to support someone that wasn't born in your country, but you were like, you know what, you took her like your own. And shout out to that level of unity. I think a lot of African countries, the entire world, can learn from the way you guys were so united, right? So yeah, just came to appreciate you guys. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to all of you. Yeah, promise you this time, the next time you see me, I'm gonna be in Zimbabwe. Okay, much love.
Chidinma is a true Nigerian daughter. Her spirit of excellence and resilience is a true Nigerian spirit. I've always made videos here saying the way Nigerians are resilient and the way they excel at what they do, good or bad. People in the comments always, have something to say. But can you imagine what Chidinma has gone through? Being denied to participate in South African pageant because they say you're not South African enough, because you have a Nigerian second name and a Nigerian father. While Nelson Mandela, the father of South African nation, married a woman from Mozambique. That aside, they denied her, they threatened her life, so she withdrew. And Nigeria said, you know what? You are our child, come back home. Come back home, come and try at home. She went home, she tried, she won. Still, people said, oh, she bribed. Ah, yeah, okay, say fine. She went to represent Nigeria, a country she barely knows, because she has been raised in South Africa. She went to represent Nigeria. Your beloved Miss Universe South Africa that you liked, that you preferred, that you wanted her to win, with a skin tone that you prefer. Let's be honest, South Africa withdrew for medical reasons. Medical reasons, man. When a parent forces a child to do a degree she doesn't like, they will not perform in school. Because they didn't want that. They were forced to be there. Chidinma did not just deliver the Miss Universe, but she's now the Miss Universe Africa and Oceania. We don't know who lives in the ocean, but we do not care. That level of resilience is mostly in a Nigerian. And that is her Nigerian side, showing you that, you know what? You can beat me down, but I will not stay down for long. I don't know how South Africans who didn't like her are feeling right now, because now she's on top of your top. I still love South Africa. I think it's a beautiful country and I would like to visit. But I think it's one of those countries in Africa that is not friendly to other African countries or to other Africans from other African countries. It's sad because we look the same. Our history is almost the same because we both went through colonization and different forms of it. Why are we letting this nonsense divide us? But she won. That's the most important. Hard pill to swallow, huh? I know.
Guys, she deserved it. That's all I'm here to say is Chichi deserved. In fact, I think she deserved the actual crown. I just woke up, and I watched the highlights. And I started watching from the top 12. That girl did not come to play. I think also because of the adversary and the pressure that was on her, she went on that stage and brought fire. Okay, South Africa, we must just take our L and congratulate this girl. I'm in awe. I'm just in awe. And for me, her entire story sounds like one of the biblical stories. Like if we were still rewriting the Bible stories, Chichi's story will be there. It sounds like a Joseph type of story, from adversary to royalty type of story. Like, no, let's take our L. That girl, did you guys see when she answered that question? It's like she already knew what question they were going to ask her, because I feel like everything was just orchestrated for her to be on that stage and to get her crown. And she did. She did. That's our Miss Universe Africa. That is Igwe. Do they call it Igwe Chidinma? Oh, man. I'm so proud of her. I'm speechless. Like, let me go shower because, wow.
Admit, I have to be honest. As a young South African young man who's interested in African people, trying to get to know African cultures, African traditions, trying to be the light, trying to be an African young man who is known for the positivity of black African people. I don't shy away from Pan-Africanism. I embrace it, and I will never denounce it, because that's the future of politics in Africa. And if you deny that, maybe you don't know, you don't predict, you don't have a vision about where your country will be going in the few coming years, because that's where it's going. Pan-Africanism is the future of Africa. If you don't believe that, you'll be left behind. As a young man who thinks like that, I have to give props to the government of Nigeria. First and foremost, the government of Nigeria, based on this whole controversy and situation of Chidinma, they deserve their congratulations for embracing this African child after she was cast away. She was cast away from her country where she was born, because her mother committed a fraud case when during those times she was born 20 years plus years back. I don't know why that story was not was not exposed a long time ago. Why now? Why now? They're trying to delay the success of this beautiful girl. But enough about that. The government of Nigeria demonstrated unity, demonstrated protection and care for African people, because they didn't denounce Chidinma. They welcomed Chidinma. They welcomed Chidinma with warm hands after she was cast away from South Africa. Amen. Amen. And I'm not saying Nigeria has the best government. I'm not saying the president of Nigeria is the best guy. I'm not even saying the leadership of the whole Nigeria is the best, because it's not. And it's been reported it's a bit horrible that the leadership of Nigeria. But for them to not cast away and just take this girl and welcome her into their country with all the controversy she was facing, and still continue to allow her to contest and follow her dreams of being a model in the Miss Universe Nigeria. Man, that was beautiful to see from the government of Nigeria. The government of Nigeria was used by God. And I speak about God because I believe in God. If you don't believe in God, you'll be worried why I always mention God. And you should be worried about yourself, not why I always mention God. If you know what I'm talking about. So the government of Nigeria demonstrated that they don't hate African children. Whether you were born in South Africa, but you are African and we have our own blood. Your father is Nigerian. So come, they're chasing you there. Come, we'll embrace you. That was beautiful to see, man. It was a beautiful demonstration from God that Nigerians are welcoming. As much as Nigerians have a reputation in our country, South Africa, of them selling drugs, of them scamming people, of them doing horrible things, but their country, the country they represent, their leadership demonstrated that now they are more than welcoming. They are more than accepting that an African child can't face disrespect while they are there. And I will forever respect the government of Nigeria for doing that. Of course, we have to give props to the director of the Miss Universe Nigeria. I know these people's names. I know the leaders of Nigeria's names. I can't pronounce their names, so I won't be pronouncing their names. I'll just be calling them by their titles, because I don't want to butcher their names. I'm not Nigerian. I don't have the accent to pronounce their names proper. But the director of the Miss Universe, he embraced Chidinma and allowed Chidinma to come and contest in the Miss Universe Nigeria, even when the Miss Universe Nigeria has already been started. But he embraced her. Man, that was beautiful to see. Shout out to the Nigerian girls who continued supporting Chidinma, even when they knew very well that Chidinma came late into the show. They didn't cast her away. Of course, there's going to be a few people who are going to speak against Chidinma and say, you came late to the Miss Universe Nigeria. But shout out to those who were positive and allowed her to contest and demonstrate a talent, because she's very beautiful and talented when it comes to this modeling shit. And she deserved it. She deserved even the Miss Universe South Africa. Don't tell me about merely rocks. We all know the crowned Miss South Africa didn't deserve to be Miss South Africa. She also knows it. She knows it very well deep in her heart. She didn't deserve to be crowned Miss Universe South Africa. Chidinma is the one who deserved it. But God, because God is powerful, God wanted to expose the xenophobic South Africans that they are not in control. He also wanted to expose the government of South Africa that what is it that they're saying about this case that they can't prove? Why are they not showing us the South African mother who lost their identity? Why is the case now not being in progress? What's the update? Wanted to expose that about the law and the people who control the law. Because some of them have vested interest in these agendas. You might not know, some of us know. He also wanted to expose that in South Africa, there is young men like Decent Q, like King Sage So, like Tuso, like many other South African YouTubers, content creators on Twitter, like Tuso, wherever, TikTok. They will continue to support this girl. Even Rakhadi, they won the EFF supporter from Twitter. God wanted to show the world that there is sensible South Africans who can go against their own xenophobic, hateful people. God also wanted to show and expose that Nigerians are very welcoming. As much as the world has a certain reputation about them, they are welcoming and they are loving and they will protect their own. God also wanted to demonstrate that Chidinma's destiny doesn't just start and end in South Africa. It has to go and start in Mexico. South Africa was just a warm-up for Chidinma's story. She went to Nigeria, and then she went to Mexico. Her destiny started in Mexico when she won at the second run-up, at the first run-up, and then she won Miss Africa in Mexico. That's where his destiny started. Her story is still long. The story is still going very far. Chidinma Bafethu. Hi Nigerians, we thank you very much for not shying away from embracing this beautiful queen. We thank you very much for demonstrating love. We thank you very much for always supporting us here as South African content creators. We see the love. You guys never seem to always be negative. You have a certain level of positivity. Maybe you become negative to the people who speak against you guys. But me, I don't have any bad blood with Nigerians. I don't have any bad blood with South Africans. I don't have any bad blood with any country. I speak my mind. I speak positivity. I speak the light of God. And if you don't want to embrace what I speak about, you should maybe wonder who is influencing you. Are you influenced by God or you're influenced by other dark forces? And that's your homework for yourself, because you need to self-introspect so you can know where you're heading, where you're going, where you're coming from. I know all of that about myself. Maybe you don't. And you're projecting your fears, you're projecting your lack of direction in us. And us, we're not going to entertain you. We're going to keep on working very hard because we can.
You guys saw those videos. Who knew that we had amazing South Africans like this? Who knew that there were South Africans? Of course I know, but who knew that there were more South Africans who were not ashamed to come outside to speak their truth, to celebrate, to rejoice with Chidinma Adetshina? As I have said, and I will continue saying, some people have come out to say that Chidinma Adetshina should hide in shame. Why should she? If our parents have committed any crime, then our parents should be the one to receive the bond, not the child. Some of the people are actually rubbing the sins of the parents on the child, which I find absolutely wrong. It shouldn't be that way. Don't crucify a child because of what the parents have done. She wasn't even born, probably. Or even if she was born, she wasn't in the know. Anyway, guys, what were your thoughts after listening to all of this? Leave your thoughts with me, and I will see you guys in my very next video. Bye for now.